And I asked Norton one time how big the universe was. How many kinds of aliens are there? Norton said that the universe appears to be infinite. There are a certain number of planets in the center of space. The number of planets is huge but limited. We are in a long period of time. I think so. This is what the drawing of the universe looks like. And intelligent people on many planets in the universe. That's the idea. But with our science and technology, and the improvement of observation methods, suddenly one day, we're trillions of light years away. A new planet has been discovered. Our unshakable understanding of the universe. It collapsed in an instant. Now we have to admit, the universe is like the onion on your planet. It goes layer by layer. We've made discoveries in other fields. It can be concluded that the space of the universe is infinite. Is the number of planets in the universe infinite? We can't say for sure yet. Although it depends on the improvement of our observation level. But we know from other sources. This is infinite. We discovered light in the universe. There are many planets with life, but the vast majority of planets are desolate and lifeless. On all planets with life, a planet like yours with intelligent humans, that's a very low percentage of the population. The approximate order of magnitude is 1/10,000th. Planet with life. Low-level life in a primitive state of evolution. The vast majority. Planets like ours have the ability to make light-tapping saucers. A highly developed planet capable of running around in the universe. Fewer. It's on the order of 1. Of course, there are more developed planets than us. But the number of planets in the universe, from what we know, it's huge. Horribly huge. A technologically advanced alien planet. More developed than us. In fact, from the information we have so far, that's a lot. Not just one or two. When intelligent humans in the universe, when you can make light-moving flying saucers. For mass interstellar travel, is there a Takai flying saucer? It is an important symbol of cosmic civilization. So, the universe has planets inhabited by intelligent humans. Can be divided large energy force. Mastering the flight principle of the light-speed flying saucer. Made a flying saucer of light. A developed planet capable of large-scale interstellar travel. And then, there are the ones that don't have light-speed saucers. A backward planet that cannot be navigated on a large scale. A planet with intelligent technology has evolved over millennia. It can be called a 1,000-year-old. It's a populated planet. After that is the civilization planet of the 10,000-year grade. There are also million-year levels, venting the speed of this level is use virtual goods or developed. Virtualization is approaching 100%. Human body, construction, transportation, industry, manufacturing, etc. are all virtual. That's a very developed planet. Technology that is 50% virtualized. Even if it is developed. Certainly. Life in the universe with lower technology level than your Earth. Life planet is the most. Soodle added that. In the universe, there's a natural, unwritten rule. Any backward planets that cannot be used for interstellar flight. There are always people from one or more developed planets. Shine in the dark. Or watching. One is to prevent other developed planets. Excessive exposure to backward planets. The other is to prevent internal wars on backward planets. Especially nuclear war. It's just too much. Will destroy the entire planet. Such interventions are generally remote. Modify the consciousness of the pointed person on the planet. It's not about people. On your Earth. During World War II. Although Germany first mastered atomic bomb technology, but it was disturbed by extraterrestrial civilization. So a backward planet, Earth. is determined by conservation of momentum. Your momentum is the mass of the object times its velocity. How our tachydiscs fly, also determined by conservation of momentum. It's just that our momentum is mass times vector. The speed of light decreases the speed of motion of an object. Million-year-old aliens. The spacecraft they use can break through the limitations of space and time. Observation. In search of a third form of movement in nature, moving around in nature. There's even a fourth form of exercise. Trying to find a third form of exercise. It's part of our mission, Norton said. In fact, the universe contains infinite possibilities. What you think can be achieved. You can't imagine. This can happen. But what you really need to do is find a way. Make it happen. To have a real springboard. Otherwise, you're back where you started. Got nothing. In fact, millions of other planets have a small amount of contact with us. But they don't teach us science and technology. They're also highly virtualized. They're more virtualized than we are. Their science and technology far exceed ours. Especially in mathematics. Powerful enough to suffocate us to death. They made some metallic liquid that can control and modify human consciousness. Of course, we can also make this. This metallic liquid can penetrate into the bodies of your Earthlings. Quickly modify or delete the consciousness of Earthlings. Make the body of an Earthling unchanged. The mind has completely become a passerby. The reality is that this Earthling is dead. We are equivalent to putting this Earthling replace with our people. These metallic liquids can be pre-programmed. They use a mathematical code to control their work. The mathematical control code they have, we can't decipher. Even throw us a set of code. We didn't understand it for a long time. But if we take our simplest set of code, you Earthlings have not understood it for hundreds of years. But we gather all the math masters in the world. Well-crafted code. They can all be easily deciphered. This is the level gap between us and them. Between advanced civilizations. They tend to engage in quiet mathematical battles. You may not understand this. For example, in order to deal with the virus, you Earthlings, I tried my best. The effect is not ideal. And we can use mathematics. Calculate all the viruses. Not only can you calculate that your Earth has epidemic virus, you can also calculate there are no viruses that are or will be circulating on Earth. This is the power of mathematics. You Earthlings still don't realize. The virus problem is actually an information problem. And the nature of information. It's the motion of things and space. Everything is made up of information. It's an infinite amount of information. It's about endless possibilities. You don't realize this. They don't think about using mathematics to solve problems. We develop and manufacture new human bodies. It requires a lot of math. It requires the help of many advanced mathematical tools. Our scientists use human factories, scanning for hidden information in space. Make predictions about the future. It also requires a lot of sophisticated mathematical tools. There are very few other planets in the universe. They don't even notice us. No direct contact. They're not going to teach us how to do this. For them, we know very little. Also afraid of them. I don't dare to provoke them directly. We have a dedicated monitoring system. Monitor your Earth at all times. If there are people from other planets, especially people from other planets in the first grade, once you set foot on your Earth, we will soon feel. We guess you put peace in the fields as a child. Encountered a floater. They could be in the universe. A particularly advanced civilization. They're probably on the decadal scale. Their level of civilization and technological development far above us. The moment you are in contact with them, it may have infected their consciousness. You probably have it. Partial memory of one of them. We want to pass you. Get their understanding of the universe. This, the main purpose of bringing you to our planet. Civilizations in the universe are all level by level. We are now approaching the 10,000-year level. But we are afraid of people at the age of hundreds of thousands of years. Million-year people. Also afraid of other people in first grade. The first graders stood in front of us, as if God were standing before you. Ultimately, time remains the most powerful thing in the universe. Civilization that has been settled for hundreds of millions of years. Their power is beyond our imagination. Subtle said again. We're running around in space to kidnap people from other planets. For a planet as highly developed as ours, we will send back all the kidnapped people for fear of their revenge. If kidnapped, it's people from a backward planet like your Earth. We sometimes don't bother to send it back. Let it fend for itself. Because we are also lazy sometimes. Subtle laughed unnaturally.